Aether just dropped a post on all their social media outlets teasing the release of the community's long-awaited PC client. So I thought I'd take this chance to talk about the game, share my personal experience, and give you some insight to whether you should be playing it or not. I am Imaginary Watcher, and this is Aether Gazer. Starting off, I should tell you exactly what is Aether Gazer, as to not mislead you of what the game truly is. Aether Gazer is an arena fighter, third-person character-based hack-and-slash gacha game. It's on the field to compete with the likes of Punishing Grey Raven and Honkai Impact 3rd, and so far, it's been doing well, just not enough to actually one-up any of its competitors. The main and probably the only reason being that it's currently only available on mobile devices, locking it out of the large market that is the PC audience. However, it's been a year since Yoastar first claimed that they were working on a PC port for the game, so it's expected by the player base to be a decently good port, hopefully improving the quality of how the game looks and performs, things like UI adjustments, in-depth graphic settings, and 120 FPS support. Yet, until more information is revealed, we can only hope that we do get what we're expecting. Anyways, enough about that, let's talk gameplay. Aether Gazer's most notable feature compared to its competitors on the market is how battles are actually played with 3 characters all at once, with the squad leader being controlled by the player while the other 2 characters are controlled by AI, which makes the battlefields much more chaotic and interesting. Don't worry, the AI is fully customizable using an in-game upgrade system, so you can set the AI behavior for each character so your support characters won't go rushing into battle head first, leaving you without your buffs, and your DPS will actually DPS instead of hanging back and staring blankly at your enemies. Another unique, well, mostly unique feature that Aether Gazer has is the cool looking squad ults. If you make a party with characters that are actually affiliated in the story, they will most likely have a combined ultimate attack that they can use together. Something which I wish Honkai Impact 3rd did more of instead of doing it twice and calling it a day. These ultimates look great and are very practical from a purely gameplay perspective. Speaking of perspective, another unique mechanic that Aether Gazer possesses is the modified mode, which is basically a burst mode which triggers once you inflict enough stance damage on a boss. Enter in modified mode usually activates a bunch of your character's passives and removes all resistances from the boss, leaving them much more vulnerable to attacks so that you can wail on them and spam all those flashy skills and techniques without having to worry about them fighting back. If you're interested to learn more about gameplay mechanics of Aether Gazer, you can check out the tutorial page in the game where every small bit is explained to the letter so you can min-max all you want and play flawlessly. Alright, let's talk about Aether Gazer's story. First and foremost, the game has a skip button. So if you do not care or cannot be bothered to read or listen to the voice acting, you are not forced to do so. Something that some Hoyoverse games can benefit from having. I'm looking at you too, Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. However, if you are one of that small percentage of people who actually care about the story and read every dialogue piece, then firstly, I love you. Secondly, Aether Gazer's story is far from bad. Actually, it's pretty decent. Even the first few chapters have a strong start. The player character, mainly referred to as Admin, is an employee working for the titular organization of Aether Gazer. You see, in this world, humanity lives in a massive supercomputer simulation referred to as Gaia, but due to an infestation called the Visbane, which happens in the source code of the supercomputer, monsters, natural disasters and the such are threatening the world and its denizens. So, it is upon the shoulders of the Aether Gazer organization to fight back against it. Another important aspect to talk about is the gacha system in Aether Gazer. And oh boy, this game isn't just free-to-play friendly, sometimes it almost feels too free-to-play friendly. The gacha system has a set hard pity at 90 pulls with no 50-50. And there is no weapon banner, instead, each character uses what is called a functor, which belongs to their specific pantheon. The Functor banner is always available at a hard pity of 70 pulls, which is huge considering it never goes away. So, as long as you get the character you want, you will always be able to eventually get the Functor that's best for them. Speaking of which, the characters are all very unique and pleasant to look at. They're referred to as modifiers as they have the ability to alter the source code of the world in different ways so they can fight back and defeat the Visbanes. In addition, they're all mostly named after deities and sorted into pantheons. The main trio that you start with, Verthandi, Zenkibo, and Poseidon, are all very well written, and their relationship to the admin is further enhanced through their unique bond quests, which gives the player more of an insight into their characters and personalities. The game's voice acting cast is really good, especially for the Japanese dub. Verthandi, the second main character of the game, is voiced by the same Japanese voice actress who did Yu Takasaki from Love Live. Poseidon is voiced by the same VA as Eula from Genshin Impact. Tsukiyomi shares a voice actress with 2B from Nier Automata, Vidar with A2, and let me just play this one for you and see if you recognize it.
ねえ、一杯付き合ってちょうだい。仕事？そんなのどうでもいいわよ。もっとそばに来てもいいのよ。君はお姉さんの特別なんだから。
With that being said, should you be playing Aether Gazer's PC port when it drops? Well, if you want a character-based third-person hack-and-slash gacha game that is super free-to-play friendly, with a good story and interesting characters, then you absolutely should at least give it a shot. And hey, if you like it, you can press the subscribe button and like the video for more content on the game once it officially launches on PC. This was Imaginary Watcher, and I'll see you around.
Over here!